Well, they say moving can be one of the most stressful things in life, and when you're changing not only locations but lifestyles, it can feel overwhelming. It's why Fairwinds Woodward Park is hosting a right-sizing seminar to help you make the move. So here now from Fairwinds Woodward Park is Evan Johnson. All right, so we're talking about a right-sizing seminar. It's a lunch and learn event, which I love. So tell us about the seminar. What are you guys giving out? What information and what is right-sizing?
Well, the whole idea behind the right-sizing seminar is one of the largest hurdles that many of the seniors that tour our community have to deal with before making that transition is the process of selling their home, of boxing up years, decades of memories, of items, and it is just such a huge, both physical task but emotional task. And the right sizing seminar is us inviting in professionals that have been dealing with these situations for years and years, and really just breaking down every single step of the process and making it a little bit more simple to understand for these seniors.
Yes, because if you're in a house, and I've moved around a lot, but
same here.
Still, it's sort of overwhelming. I can't even imagine if you're standing in your house that you've lived in for 30, 40, 45 years, and you just don't know even where to begin. It's almost like, and there's so much to do, it's sort of like paralyzing. So there is a process, there's people who do this for a living. You're gonna have some speakers there, several speakers. So who will be there and what information can they help us with?
Yeah, so we kind of have every step of the way covered. So we're gonna start with Rufy Allday with Guarantee Real Estate. He's gonna come in and just talk about the process of what it's like to sell a home these days, what the industry is like, what the housing market looks like nowadays. Because some of the, like you mentioned, some of these future residents have been living in their homes since sometimes even the early 60s. So we're talking 50 to 70 years within the same home. They haven't dealt with selling a home in so long. So he just kind of talks through that process with them. And then we have Larry Peters and Matthew Peters with Larry Peters Estate Sales, kind of talking about the process of what it's like to go through an estate sale, because not everything that's in the home is going to be coming with them to the apartment. So he kind of talks about the process of what it's like to go through an estate sale and how simple that process can be. They can be there for the estate sale or they can be away during that time. And then we have Bryce Johnson with Valley Movers coming in, and he's part of a fantastic moving company that we have recommended for years and years now. And he just kind of talks about his services and how his process works for moving them over to Fairwinds. And then last but not least, we have Janelle McGill with Simple Transitions, and she is somebody that we've worked with for years as well. And her process is really cool because she kind of takes every step of the moving process over for these individuals.
Right. I kind of love that idea, and I don't know why it hasn't been talked about more. It's like having a wedding planner for a big event.
Imagine you just say, I would like to move. And then she takes care of every single step from there. And the next thing you know, you are walking into your apartment, the pictures are hung on the wall, the clothes are put up in the closet, just everything's taken care of. So,
that's a great career and a great service to offer people who are making a transition. But in your experience, what's the biggest obstacle when it comes to transitioning, from independent living to a senior living facility?
Honestly, as I mentioned up top, really the biggest hurdle that we experience, I've been on the sales side of things at Fairwinds for the better part of 6 years now, and it's never the decision between one community over the other that's the hard part. It is that basically emotional letting go of being in their home and making this honestly life-changing decision to make the transition to a senior living community. And that hurdle is the biggest one for people to overcome. And over the years, I've seen it time and time again that once they get that information, once they commit to making that process and start going through everything from there is just easier and easier. But it's always that first roadblock of, I just can't imagine leaving my home.
Yes.
I plan to stay here for the rest of my life, and I don't plan on doing anything different with that.
It's probably why people wait so long to make that move.
Yeah.
But you're there when people make the transition, and you're there as they start to sort of get comfortable.
Exactly.
What's the most gratifying moment when you get a new resident to join Fairwinds?
I think that my most gratifying moment is, especially those residents that moved in that were not super sure of the decision. They kind of are still up in the air. Did I make the right call?
Yeah.
Should I have stayed at home? Is this the place for me? And the best moment is when I'm walking through the community and I see an activity going on, or I walk by the restaurant and I just see them interacting with other residents. Because at the end of the day, that's why we go by senior living community,
yes,
rather than facility or home or anything like that. Because really we're a community of people that are getting together, building friendships,
yeah,
building new friendships, relationships, best friendships, pretty much, you name it, we have it. And seeing them become part of that community rather than just kind of the new kid at school,
yeah,
you know, seeing them blossom and build friendships is just, it reminds me why I love doing what I do.
So, I mean, some people spend their entire lives looking for a community. So, so it's great that it's there, especially as, you know, we enter into our golden years. It's really important to stay connected and not isolate yourself. Okay, the right sizing seminar, real quickly, when, where, how do we attend?
It's June 19th at Fairwinds. So it is going to be from 11 a.m. to around 1 p.m. or so. After the seminar, we do allow people to come by and take a look at some apartments that we have that are ready to move into, and just stick around and ask questions and get a little bit more information. And yeah, we'll wrap up at about 1 p.m. So if you would like to join us, please just give us a call at the number listed below, and we'll be happy to put you on our SVP list.
Okay, Evan from Fairwinds Woodward Park. I love it there. It's a beautiful building, so you want to check it out. We'll have all the information on our website as well. Evan, thank you.
Absolutely, my pleasure's all mine.
And stay there. We're on location with Lightning Roofing after this.